speak with you just real briefly, primarily just to introduce myself. And sorry, I just got through taking all those stairs. I'm in my 50s. Kurt Langford, I graduated in 1990, got my master's in 97. I'm a Mass Comm grad back when it was in the other building. But I just completed my 5th year running the Alumni Association. Some of y'all might remember Bill Dean. Bill Dean was in that role for 40 years. Nobody replaces Bill Dean. I'm just keeping his seat warm. But the Alumni Association continues to grow. Very exciting year during the centennial year. We were active and engaged alumni like never before, celebrating this university's first century. And we're pushing about 30,000 members. That's annual membership. If you looked at our membership over a 3-year period, we'd be pushing 60,000. So a visual, right now, we fill up half of Jones Stadium. You pull the lens back over a 3-year period, we fill up Jones Stadium. Just to give you an idea, we fill up the arena several times over. But that represents active contributing members of the association. And we're about the academic mission of the university. We were formed by the very first graduating class of this great university in 1927. And we will soon be celebrating our 100th year, our centennial year in 2027. So hopefully you've heard about the Alumni Association, you know a little bit about it. We're located on the southeast corner of campus at the Merkitt Alumni Center, which was the original president's home, the first 7 presidents, and it was one of the first 7 buildings on campus. So that's your home away from home. We want you to feel connected with your alma mater through us long after graduation. And of course, the Fraser Alumni Pavilion by the stadium is a satellite facility that we operate. We are an independent 501c3 in total service of the academic mission of the university. A lot of programs: Ring Tradition, Legacy U, Legacy Program, Homecoming, Distinguished Alumni. I could go on and on. Top Texan Award. There's a lot of things that we do. Our alumni chapters across the country. And one of the main things that a point that I wanted to make to you all tonight, is I think it was a couple of years, 3 years ago that I spoke here. And the student government actually issued a resolution for the Alumni Association to help execute a alumni networking platform. We have done that. It exists. We put that together. We've underwritten it. We work and partner with several of the colleges on campus. You may or may not be familiar with it. This is one of the things that we could really use student government's help to help build our alumni network. That's one of my visions and one of my charges, to help make your alumni association even more valuable to our community of about 250,000 alumni out there. But TexanConnection.com, that's Texan, Techsan, just like the Texas Texan magazine that's been around since 1950. If you haven't registered on that platform, please do so. TexanConnection.com, there is no cost to do it. You can do it right here on your iPhone. It's available through our app as well, Texas Tech Alumni. If you were to download that app, you can get access to it. But think of a LinkedIn type environment strictly for tech alums. A few weeks ago, we just announced an alumni business directory as part of the platform. But there's mentoring opportunities there, opportunity for people to share their businesses, career interest, whatever the case may be. It's kind of, think dating site, but for alumni, dating site algorithms taking place to help alumni connect with younger alumni, older alumni, whatever the case is. So I'm excited that platform exists. But we need more students enrolled. We're pushing about 4,000 registrations, but the majority of those are alumni. I think if we get more students enrolled in it, it'll help create more connections, mentoring, and that kind of a thing. I could go on and on with the programs that we have, but I'll just tell you that we're innovative, we're growing, good things are happening. As an association, we are out of debt. We had a large gift over the summer to help us pay off the pavilion from one of our alums. And that's huge because that's enabling us to generate even more in academic scholarships, which is, that's our sweet spot. That's what we are designed to do, to serve the mission academically, in addition to all the other programs and services that we offer. I'm in the Alumni Center. I travel a lot meeting alumni, but I'm available to you. If you'd ever like to reach out and contact me, come and visit. I would love to get to know you personally. I'm on Facebook and I'm on LinkedIn. I don't tweet or X that much, and I mirror on Instagram, but Facebook and LinkedIn, I would love to see some connections from you all and start some dialogue on how we can help make your alumni association stronger. We want to help make Texas Tech the best, not just 4 or 5 or 6 years of your life, but Red Raider for life, and we want to be the conduit for that. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope this is helpful. And again, appreciate all you're doing in service to the university. Our national board is made up of several people that used to serve in Student Senate, so we hope to see you on our board one day. All right? Is that all right? Perfect. Thank you all so much.
Like you mentioned, a great resource if you're looking for what life might look like outside of being a student. Would be a great opportunity to go and speak with Mr. Langford and all of the staff with the Alumni Association, or if you have any legislation ideas, like he said, the new Texan connection platform that he mentioned started in here, so that could be something that you do as well. So great resource there, and we thank him again for coming and visiting us today. The next item on our agenda is open forum. Rule 33, Section 2 of the Senate states, any student enrolled in Texas Tech may address the Senate during open forum on any issue. If you wish to address the Senate, please rise to be recognized at this time. Hearing none, we'll now move out of open forum, and next on the agenda is executive reports from the executive branch. First is Student Body President Joel Rivera.
Hello, everybody. I'll try to keep this brief, but I just have 3 main points that I want to talk about. One of the, I guess, key initiatives that we wanted to do was work on cost affordability within our textbooks. And one of the things that we met with our OER librarian, for those of y'all that don't know, OER is Open Educational Resources, and that's a way to move to low to no cost textbooks within our classrooms. So a way that we wanted to do that was incentivize our faculty to participate in OERs. So one of the ways that we think that we can do that is by giving out awards at our banquet and celebrating our faculty that do that, thus incentivizing other faculty to want to participate in these programs and allow students to participate in those OERs. So we are setting up a committee, and if y'all want to participate in that, reach out to me, reach out to Hunter. We are taking charge on that, and we're looking at 5 students. And if you participate in that, that'd be a great way for you to give back to the university. Another thing that we're working on is Safe Escape. So we're really wanting to focus on safety and mental health within our student body. Right before spring break, we're giving out goodie bags to allow our students to remain safe over spring break, but also to take that chance to relax and take a break. And then lastly, we are wanting to do a election day tabling event all day on March 5th. We're setting up a table inside the sub to increase voter turnout this year, just offering an opportunity for students to go to one location and vote. Sometimes it can be a little stressful passing through the free speech, so we're just wanting to have a set location for students. So if you want to participate in that, Emily's going to send out that sign up in her opportunity doc that she sends out every day after Senate. I will say though, if you participate in this, you must remain neutral. You'll get an outreach point. You just can't tell them who to vote for. You just have to direct them to that voting link. And we'll set y'all up and prepare y'all for that. But we just want to increase voter turnout this year and help us do that. But that's all the reports that I have.
Thank you, Joelle. There are no other executive reports. Next on the agenda is judicial reports. However, there are no judicial reports at this time. So next is my remarks. I have a few things to share with you all today. First is SGA Banquet. You all should have gotten an invitation through our email group about an RSVP. So as a reminder, that's April 19th at 6 p.m. And it's at the Tech Club over at Jones. So would love if you all could be there. It's a great time to kind of get together at the end of the session and receive some awards, have a nice dinner, and just all get together before the 59th session or when the 59th session is over. So please fill out that RSVP. I've had some question about +1s. As of now, we're not doing +1s for internal entities of the Senate. If we get a little bit closer to the RSVP deadline and we do have room for that, I'll let you know. So if you're wanting to bring maybe a family member or someone that wants to come with you, I'll let you know about that. But as of now, just fill out that RSVP form for yourself. So thank you for doing that in advance. The next thing is we only have 4 Senate meetings left in this session, which is crazy. But I think something that's glaring out is our really small packet this week. I really want to encourage you all to start submitting some legislation, or I foresee that last meeting being maybe 4 hours long, which we will definitely do if we need to, but really want to give you guys a chance to submit your legislation and get a chance to debate it in the chamber, not just try to rush through it because we're trying to get done during a meeting. So start working on that. If you have questions, if you're completely lost and don't have any legislation ideas, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you about some that maybe are applicable to your college. So please get with me about that. If you're struggling to meet your points and think that you're not going to this semester, please reach out to the Rules and Administration Committee, Chair and Vice Chair, who y'all should all know, but Gunnar and Madeline, they can help you get kind of back on track with your points for the semester. So really get on top of that. I would love to see a lot of legislation that's y'all been working on this semester next meeting. Next is weekly tabling opportunity. I mentioned this last week, and we had, I think, 8 people working the table yesterday, which was really positive. They were talking about our ticket exchange program, so great opportunity to get your outreach point, but also just get to talk to some constituents as well. There's a sign-up genius for that I sent out a couple days ago, but it'll also be on the opportunities docs, as well as the election day tabling that Joelle mentioned. And then just a reminder about the Tech 10 applications. This is for all seniors, graduating seniors at Tech. They're selecting the top 10 based on resume and your Texas Tech Pride, things like that. Would love to see some SGA representation. So a reminder, that's due this Sunday at midnight. You can find that on Tech Connect, I believe. If you have any questions about that, just let me know, but we would love to see y'all work on that. A few things that aren't up there, just to kind of let y'all know. Obviously, we do have some new senators in the room, some people that were here at the last meeting, but we have a few that were not sworn in yet, so we'll be swearing those people in, so just keep that in mind. And then also, committees have been reassigned for those new senators, as well as committee chair and vice chairs have been fixed. So there's a paper up here that has all that information, or I'll be displaying it up on the screen. So in a moment during routine motions and other businesses, that will be brought to y'all to approve by general consent. So just keep that in mind whenever we talk about that in just a moment. Are there any questions about anything that I talked about? Awesome. Moving forward, we will go into our routine motions and other business. And like I just said, here are those realigned committee slates. So if you didn't get a chance to grab one up there, I know it's kind of hard to read, but try to glance over that. This is our college committees and then our standing committees. Give you a second to look at that. Most of these didn't change too much. There was just a few that we had to move up chair or vice chairs.
Madam President,
Carter.
I move to introduce the fiscal year 25 student organization budget onto first reading.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded by Senator Hussein that we adopt the fiscal year 25 budget allocation resolution onto our first reading. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any debate? Hearing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Fiscal year 25, which will now be known as Senate Bill 59.03, will be added to first reading. Thank you. Back to routine motions and other business. Again, do you have another motion?
May I approach the podium?
We're not to first reading yet, so we'll wait until we get to that agenda item. No worries. So routine motions and other business. Again, this is our committee slate. If everyone's had time to look at it, shall we, by general consent, approve this committee slate as provided? Hearing no objection, committee slate is approved as provided. Is there any other routine motions or other business? Hearing none, we'll now swear in our new senators. So if you have not been sworn in, will you please rise and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do hereby solemnly swear that I shall faithfully execute the duties of the office. I shall, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend. the Constitution of the Student Government Association of Texas Tech University,
the Constitution of the Student Government Association of Texas Tech University,
and the regulations which may be made in pursuance thereof.
and the regulations which may be made in pursuance thereof.
Thank you. Congratulations. Are there any other routine motions or other business at this time? Hearing none, we'll now move into committee reports. First up on our committee reports is academics. Josh Adamek, Chair. Next is Lillian. Do you have any reports from your committee? Senator Sustak?
Madam President, I move to suspend the rules and send it to skip committee reports.
Seconded by Senator Shipp. It has been moved and seconded that we skip committee reports. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Committee reports will be skipped. Next on the agenda is first reading. Senate Bill 59.03. Senator Arrett.
Madam President, I rise to introduce Senate Bill 59.03. May I approach the podium?
You may.
All right, guys. First off, my apologies, kind of jumped the gun there. But 10 of us have been put together to really evaluate the budget, as well as over 250 different student organizations to evaluate past funding as well as future funding. I'd love to introduce everyone involved in that process within our committee of budget and finance. Our vice chair was Catherine Finns. And then, let me flip this over, actually. We had 8 other members as well that made up different people. They would interview different student organizations throughout a 2-week process. We took a week to kind of communicate that initial allocation and then went off to appeals funding. Some other members involved were Abby Vega, Jackson Bentley, Jackson Huffman, Kiana Diaz, Peter Keller, Rachel Bradford, Sarah R., and Trinity Shipp. They did a great job of really determining where our budget could be allocated, who was really bringing recognition to Texas Tech, different community involvement as well as campus involvement. It was really a lengthy process that required a lot of determination, and you had to be pretty stern with a lot of people and determine where that funding was going to go. But we allocated a near $500,000 budget. Talked to Teresa Davis as well as Gunn and determined where that funding would be sent. And with that, I would like to place Senate Resolution 59.03 onto second reading and sent to all committees.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Holmes that we place Senate Bill 59.03 on second reading and sent to all committees. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Motion passes. Next on our agenda is our consent calendar. Will both those presenting consent calendar resolutions please come to the podium? Starting with Senate Resolution 59.130. Senator Sulpizio.
Hi everyone, my name's Annie Sulpizio. I haven't met all of y'all yet, but I'm one of the newer sworn-in senators, specifically for at-large. Senate Resolution 59.130 is congratulating Jesse Bullock for being selected by the University Council for Educational Administration as a Jackson Scholar recipient. He is currently a doctoral student within the Educational Leadership Policy PhD program here and has been actively engaged in his doctoral coursework, student policy research opportunities, and his research investigating issues of race, community, and gender in education. This Jackson Scholar Network is a 2-year program that provides networking support and professional development for graduate students of color in the field of educational leadership.
Thank you. Senate Resolution 59.131.
Senate Resolution 59.131 is stating the sentiments of the Student Senate regarding the death of a Texas Tech University student, Tanya Solomons. Tanya was married and had 2 kids. She came back to Texas Tech to get her degree in human sciences. She was a senior at the time, and so this piece expresses our deepest condolences to Tanya's family and friends. With that, Madam President, I move to place Senate Resolutions 59 and 59.131 on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Bentley that we place the consent calendar on third reading and final passage. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Consent calendar passes. Next on the agenda is announcements. Any member of student government can make relevant announcements at this time, so please rise to be recognized. Senator Holmes?
Hey everyone, we just want to let you know, me and Sir Lolly for the co-chairs of the Hispanic Caucus, we want to let you know that next Wednesday, HSS and Hispanic Caucus will be conducting a town hall where the executives in the block will be giving their information about what they are, their initiatives, as well as answering any questions you have from the Hispanic community and things they can do to help them as far as elections. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Holmes. Senator Grigsby.
Hey everyone, thank you all for coming today. I just had a few announcements from Rules Administration. The first one is committee reports. Let's make sure we're getting those committee reports into our committee, into the RNA committee so that we can put them in the journal, and making sure that we're meeting with our committees, and so we're making effective work within our colleges and around the university. Secondly is absences. Doesn't technically apply to y'all that are here at this meeting today, but for future reference, any legislation or absences are due the Sunday before Senate at 5 p.m. not the date of Senate. And then lastly, meeting with your deans. Sunday before Senate. Meeting with your deans, and that is a requirement of your committee and your college. And so just making sure that you're having those meetings to fulfill those points as a senator.
For clarification, Senator Grigsby, is absences in legislation due Monday or Sunday?
Sunday.
No, you said Sunday. Okay.
Oh, Monday, sorry. Monday at 5 p.m. before Senate.
Thank you. Are there any other announcements? Senator Diaz?
Real quick, Senator Shipp and I are co-leading Women's History Month this year, so if anyone wants to join and help out, just feel free to let us know and reach out.
Thank you. Senator Shipp?
Kind of adding on to what Senator Diaz said, we're working on some initiatives that may outline with outreach opportunities, like we're thinking about having a Her Story Month town hall with various student organizations and maybe some facilitators with that. Additionally, I'm thinking about having some sort of marketing event with student organizations table and different vendors, students across campus that may have thrifting booths, sell ceramics, make bracelets, may come out along with some live music performers. And I talked to Emily about potentially incorporating that into outreach. If y'all are interested in helping with these events, feel free to let either one of us know.
Joe Rivera.
I forgot to make these in my remarks, but just as a reminder, if you don't meet your requirements for this session, you can't serve in the next session. So you need to meet your requirements if you're planning on running for exec or even for Senate position. But also, just really quickly, after we adjourn, Kurt Langford wants a picture of everybody, so you could just take 5 seconds. We'll take a quick group picture with our guns up.
Here?
Here.
Okay. So return your things down here. Actually, before you return it, let's take the picture first so he can go. Awesome. Any other announcements? Awesome. Next item on our agenda is adjournment. Is there a motion? Senator Sestak. It has been moved and seconded by Senator Moreno that we adjourn this meeting. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Meeting is now adjourned.